friends, happy Monday. It is 9:30 in the morning and it is about 65, 67 degrees out. It's supposed to be near 86 today. This afternoon we're supposed to get storms. Mr. Jerry's out there trying to put in the bark. We have friends where he works, they have free bark, and they put it in their garden paths, and that's what he's doing out there. So the garden is all planted, so all I have to do is wait and pray over it that it grows and produces. But Mr. Jerry did a really nice job on the fence and on the gate. But we have a red squirrel that needs to behave itself because it likes our petunia basket right there. Of course, red squirrels like to eat certain plants, if you didn't know that. So, but I got bread rising in the oven. There's Miss Cali. She woke us up extra early this morning thinking that she was hungry, but we didn't get up until 7:45, and she hasn't hardly touched it, so I don't know what her dealie is. So I have my smoothie right here, my second cup of coffee. My smoothie is 5 points in it. So, and all it is today it is blueberries, peaches, Greek yogurt, and 2% milk. But I am still in my PJs, so oh goodness, I am sore from yesterday. I am working on the second sock. I got the gusset stitches picked up, and so I'm just knitting on the foot, and I'm hoping to get that done within the next couple of days. So, but anyways, sorry about the short vlog yesterday. We got up, and before the hot heat hit, went out and worked in the garden to get it all completed. And then by the time we did that, and the air even came on in the house, and I just think that for me, Janet, I agree with you. Sometimes we just need to relax. I was just tired and sore. I didn't want to vlog. I didn't want to do anything, and I basically just sat in the air conditioning and knitted on the sock, or I did some embroidery. I am doing Kathy Schmidt's a monthly embroidery, and I was behind on that. I had April half done, and I hadn't even started on May, so yesterday I got that all caught up. And I need to work on my log cabin one that is monthly. Haven't touched that. I started sewing on my paper piecing, and I'm on clue 8 and they're on clue 11. So clue 8 I have just about done. It's just I have 2 or 3 pieces that I might have to tear apart because I think that they're going to be too short. So, and that's where I stopped on that. That's Mr. Jerry cutting boards. I did cut out clue 9 and 10. Clue 11 is starting to sew pieces together, so, but my motivation is not there. So, and yesterday, after, let's see, Saturday of snacking so much, Sunday was hard for me not to continue to snack. But I didn't. But for lunch, I don't know if you saw the tracker. No, I didn't show you the tracker. Okay. So yesterday for breakfast was my smoothie, and then Mr. Jerry usually buys the groceries, and he's decided to wait until I think today to buy the groceries because we wanted to get the garden stuff done. And so that meant that we had no meat in the house except for hot dogs. So he made his macaroni and cheese, homemade macaroni cheese with 2 hot dogs chopped up in it. And he cuts the cheese way back and all that stuff, but it was like 17, 18 points. And then for supper, I just had a slice of bread toasted with some peanut butter and butter on it. And then he made peanut butter cookies last night, and I had 2 little ones of that. But it was just like I told him, I said, I just felt like I just could eat. If we had store-bought cookies in the house, I would have been eating them. I have no doubt. I did have one of my Skinny Cow vanilla ice cream sandwiches. That was 6 points. So, I mean, my day ended up being 41 points out of the 29. And I had the extra weeklies. So tomorrow is weigh-in day, and I'm hoping that, you know, just like the rest of you, we're always hoping. So, but anywho, I am going to let you go. I am going to sit here and enjoy my second cup of coffee. Already had my devotions, have my breakfast, and knit a little. And I have some windows open in the sunroom until it gets, you know, warmer outside than in here. Curtains are all closed. The rest of the house is shut up. The rest of the house stays a couple degrees cooler, but we don't have as much windows as we do in this sunroom. So, but anyways, stay strong, my friends. We got this, and I will chit chat with y'all later. Thanks for listening. Hey friends, lunch today is going to be 8 points. For 8 points, I get a turkey and cheese sandwich, and 1 point worth of pretzels. Carrot sticks are 0. I got I had on my thumb squirrel moment boathouse dressing. So 1 for the pretzels, 0 for the carrot sticks, 1 for 1 tablespoon of boathouse ranch dressing. Yes, I measured it out. And then 6 points for the sandwich. And on my sandwich, it's our homemade sandwich bread, so the bread is 3 points. But then I have 1 point of light mayo on it. I have 0 for turkey, 0 for the Vlasic stacker pickle, and then 2 points for the Kraft 2% cheese. So again, lunch is going to be 8 points. Plus, I am working on my pink lemonade right there. So, 8 points. How'd you do on your lunch today? Hey friends, hello, how are you? Oh, it is Monday. It is Monday. If you can hear the sound, I'm next to the furnace room, and the air conditioner's running. And I'm not going to stop the air conditioner because it is humid out. It is in the 80s and it is humid, and it just shut off. So I should be good for just a few moments. So it is humid. Mr. Jerry is in town. He had to drop off some things to his sister, and then he was going to go pick up some groceries, he said. And so I was in the sunroom knitting on my sock, and thought, you know, you need to go sew. So I came in here. Sorry, my left ear, it itches. It's giving me fits because squirrel moment here, I call it. A year ago, I came down with a terrible, terrible head cold is what they said, sinus infection. And when it hit me, I ended up with a form of tinnitus. And back then it was tinnitus, and it's almost like a little bit plugged at the same time. And they said that because I take antihistamines anyways and decongestants and all that stuff, it just got to run its course. Well, I haven't had it for a long time, and this up and down with the bariatric pressure, it's back. So I am good most of the day. It doesn't bother me. And then about this time of day into the nighttime, then it does bother me more to where loud noises, it seems like, will be amplified. But anywho, I came in here to do some sewing, to finish clue 8, because we are on clue 11 and I am so far behind. And I think it's because clue 8, they were bigger pieces, and so I got it done. Clue 9 is going to be small pieces, and you're sewing them together. So clue 9 is this, and you'll be sewing these two together. And clue 10 has a whole bunch also, and clue 11, it's not so bad because we're at the point where we're halfway. This isn't going to be done till August, so. But this is it's called the Sunday Stars Mystery Quilt by Lisa Capon Quilts. She's on YouTube. It is a free pattern. If you love to paper piece or you want to try it, I would highly suggest her. She is an excellent quilter and teacher, and every Friday the new clue is released, and she does a pre-recording and goes over everything with you. And then on Friday nights, if you are available, she has basically a private Zoom for those people. So for us and whoever joins. So I've been doing this, and she didn't want it too overwhelming. Well, it's not too overwhelming at the beginning, but then I decided to put in that garden, and you know, it started getting nice out. I decided I wanted to be outside more than in, so all this got kind of pushed away, but I gotta get caught up. Now it is supposed to start raining tonight, and then on and off Tuesday, but more into like Wednesday morning. Strong storms could hit here as we're all sleeping. But other than that, then it's going to drop back down into the 70s, but it's going to be very humid tomorrow, they said. So anyways, I did get it done. This is clue 8. This is the one part I'm doing a patriotic. So this is the one part of clue 8. And this is the other part. So I can put those in my container with all the other parts and pieces. And now I can start on clue 9, and all I'm going to do really is try to cut the pieces out because there's a lot. Clue 9 will be my white and my gold, and the white or the gold I have to cut 3 strips at 2.5 inches wide, and then cut 48 pieces from them. And then the white, I have to cut 2 strips at 2 inches wide and 48 pieces of that, and then 8 strips that are 2 1/4. I usually do 2 1/2 because I got extra, and then I need 72 pieces from that. And when I say pieces, so this is one piece, and this will be for the white So this will be for the white. That's the 2.5-inch strips. And I found that if I cut them into the squares, the 2.5-inch squares first, then I can take my rotary cutter and my ruler, and then I can trim it, and I can fit so I can get those out. And then in the gold, let's see, no, and then in the white, this is the other one that I need the 72 pieces at 2.5. So, I mean, that's a lot of cutting. This won't be so bad. This one I need 48. So this, the squares, when I don't have to do anything but cut it in squares, will be fine. So, and then these are the paper pieces right here. There's a lot. It goes pretty fast. So this would be the clue, one of the clues right here. So that square would be right here, and then just sewing these around. And how I do all these, because there is, oh, do I have the other paper here? Let's see. So it says that there'll be 48 units and 7, and then see, and then I have to go back and take out clue 3 and clue 7. And the other section, one section is the clue 3 and clue 7 left. The other section is from clue 3 right. Oh, great. Oh my Lanta, now I need to find out, pull out those clues and just write right, left on it. So how I usually do it is I would start with the square here first, and then I'll just go on this, on any of these corners, because they're basically the same, but they're tiny. They are tiny. And then I'll chain piece it through. And chain piecing just means that you do that repetitive same thing over and over until you get through all of these. And then I'll clip them apart, and then I'll start the other one. And let me move those over there. And then the other one is the basic triangle, which I've done several times also. And I'll do the same thing. I'll start with the color here, and then I'll put the next color on top. But what I will end up doing is, because I get confused real easy on this stuff, is I will, well actually this is the same color, so this won't matter. This is the same color up here. This one down here, you have one different color. So I will go and I will write the color on that and then the color on that, so that I know, because I have done it before where it's not right. And I'm going to tell you, it is a pain in the watusi to take out when your stitch is like, your stitch length is 1.8. So, but she's doing it in pinks and whites, and so what I did when I first got my fabric, I just, when she showed us what color was what, that's where mine were, that I put my colors right here and then typed them down, so I always refer back to this thing. So I've been doing that, but I ran out of bobbin thread. I have 4 empties, and so I'm going to stop, and I am going to wind the 4 bobbin threads. And like I said, I think I'll just cut my strips out. Maybe I'll cut my strips out first, and so that at least that part's done, and then I will sit here and wind the bobbins. That won't take less than 5 minutes, if that, and then we'll see if I go and sew. The problem is that I just don't want to sew. I want to sit in the sunroom all day and look out the windows, and I want to knit or crochet or do nothing, just sit there with my feet up. I think it's because, and Mr. Jerry's kind of wore out today too, but yeah, he worked his tail off this last weekend. And then he worked this morning too. But we get exhausted, don't we? When we push ourselves and push ourselves and push ourselves, we get exhausted to the point where our body just says, you're exhausted, and either you sit down and take it easy, or I'm going to make you. And so I think that's where both him and I are. We're just tired. It is that physical exhaustion. And so the rain that's coming is good, because I think that's God's way of saying you need to slow down, for people who don't ever slow down. But other than that, I know there was something else I was going to talk to you about, because, it's kind of like my weight loss journey, because sometimes I'm going good, I'm tracking, I'm doing all the things, and then some days I wake up and I just don't want to do it no more. I am tired of tracking. I am tired of weighing and measuring and yada, yada, yada. But I still got to do it. No, I don't have to. But when Tuesdays roll around and I'm up, can't blame it on anybody but me, because I got lazy daxical here. So, it's not easy to track. I'll be the first one to tell you that. I am right now on my WeightWatcher app. I'm almost at 500 days in a row of tracking, and that's my motivation. That's like my blue dot, the blue dots that we used to have, because I wanted the blue dot. And the blue dots, you could still get blue dots so many into your weeklies too. And now it's just that thing of, I don't want to break that record. If I do, I do, but I really don't want to. And really, it helps keep me accountable. And, I'm retired, so that part of it, I have the time. Now, when I was working and doing WeightWatchers, I knew what my breakfast was going to be every single day. I knew what my lunch was going to be every single day. So I would pre-track it. I'd fill up my tracker from, Tuesday through Monday. And if something changed, then I would try to snap a picture of it and try to do a mental note of saying, you have to change that. So there's always a way of working it out. We all have the same amount of time, and I can sit there and I can choose to sit and play games on my phone for an hour, or I can sit there, instead of playing games on my phone for an hour, take 15 minutes and pre-track my week of breakfasts, or lunch, or whatever it is, or my snacks, and so, but I do get exhausted on that, but it is a lifelong journey, and I know the ones who have made it are going to be telling me, Teri, it's worth it. Don't give up. Just keep doing. And the more you do, the more that it will become a reality. And the more the reality hits and the weight comes off, the inches come down and you start shrinking. Hallelujah to that. Because this hot weather, I have no shorts that fit me. All of my big girl shorts, when I hit 63 pounds, I took to Goodwill. I was never going to go back up. So I got capris when I hit 60 pounds. They might be a little snug at 50, but they ain't going on right now. So I ordered myself one pair, because you know how that is. I ordered one pair, and I want to make sure that they fit. And if they fit, then I will order, you know, a couple more. Now, these are not going to go over my knees. These are going to, you know, they're midway, and they're going to show the crinkles and the wrinkles and all that stuff. But you know what? I don't care. Well, part of me does. But in reality, I just want to be comfortable. I want to learn to love my body at every stage of the game. And that's one thing that I never have. The first time I went on WeightWatchers was after our son was born. Of course, y'all, he's 41. And I had gained 75 pounds, and I remember taking it off. And I took it off, and I was thin. I mean, shoot. After having a kid, I got down to comfortably, my sweet spot was about 172. And on this 5 foot, at that time, 5'8" frame, I was good at that. You know, I actually liked myself. I remember feeling good and everything. But mentally, I didn't see the thin me. People would take my pictures and stuff like that, you know, holding Isaac or being with Jerry or whatever, and I would look at myself and go, dang girl, you look good. But mentally, I still was that big girl. And I think that sometimes for some of us, that's a long road in itself, isn't it, to haul. So, but yeah, I don't know what it's like to be. The lowest I got this last time at 63 was 237. And I still had a ways to go. I wasn't happy with how I looked yet, you know. So I do know that I want to get to my doctor said 185, because she said, you know, you're older now, and sometimes the body adjusts better, and you'll know when you get there. But so that was my goal, is to get to 185, but you know, we'll see. Maybe 199.9 is going to do it. I don't know. But don't give up. Yesterday I didn't hardly chit-chat with you at all, and now I'm in my sewing room doing nothing but chit-chatting at you. So, but don't give up, my friends. I'm not giving up. I just saw this new recipe for, I don't know what she called it. It's for a drink. And Mr. Jerry's going to pick up some, it's only 3 ingredients. And all it is Sprite. And it is frozen strawberries or fresh. She said you can use either or. And lemonade. That's all it is. And all she did was she did frozen, and she mixed it up in her blender. But basically you just want to mix it up till it's smooth. And then she took her, she was using the Simply Something lemonade, and I'm having him pick me up my Crystal Light lemonade, so that regular lemonade, the Crystal Light Zero, so it's no points. And basically all you're doing is you're making a picture of it. You're just taking, I think it's a gallon, and she poured the whole, you know, lemonade bottle in it. And then she added, I want to say, shoot, don't quote me on this, but I want to say 5 ounces or 5 cups. It didn't seem like a lot, so I don't think it was 5 cups. But anyways, frozen strawberries. And then she added like 2 cups of the Sprite, and she just mixed it all up, and then she garnished it with some fresh lemons, and strawberries. And even Mr. Jerry said it looked good. So when I get all the ingredients, I'll look her back up. I found her on YouTube. And I was watching, and all her stuff is lightly done, you know. She made a dill cucumber salad. She called it a potato salad, but all it was potatoes and cucumbers and red onion and a dill dressing. And in the dressing, you know, she had a 1/4 cup of mayo and a 1/4 cup of yogurt, and then her dill and the other stuff, I know, vinegar and other, you know. It's something that I wouldn't make here because Mr. Jerry does not like cucumbers at all. Side note, this is how bad Mr. Jerry doesn't like cucumbers. When we were, after we were married, because we got married in March, so in the summer, because when I met him, it was in the summer, and we were engaged in November, and then the following year we got married in March. Y'all, when you know, you know. And so someone had given us some fresh cucumbers, probably his mom, because she was growing a garden back then. And Jerry said, I don't like cucumbers. I went, well, I love cucumbers. That's back when I could eat them. And so one time I cut up some cucumbers, and, you know, and we're not too far married in, you know, and still lovey-dovey on each other, except for when I ate a cucumber. He would not let me kiss him. He says, you have to go brush your teeth. Or he says, I don't want to kiss you. And I thought he was just joking, but y'all, that's how much he does not like cucumbers. And he'll tell you to this day that that is the only thing that would make him stop from kissing me, is because if I had cucumber breath. Who heard of such a thing? Not me. Oh my goodness. But anywho, so I'm going to let you go. We've been chit-chatting long enough, and I need to get busy while he's gone. Just, I can see that my energy is just like blah. So I'm going to cut those strips. I'm going to wind my bobbins, and we'll see what else I do. So anyway, stay strong, my friends, and just know that there are going to be days that Miss Teri here, it's just human, and she doesn't want to pick up the camera and just record. I love and miss you all, but there are days. So, but that doesn't mean there's anything wrong. It just means that, like yesterday, I was tired. I was totally tired. So, stay strong again, my friends, and thank you for listening as always. And I will chit-chat with y'all later. Okay, y'all, I got it all done. So when I read the instructions, this is clue 3, this is clue 3 and 7 put together, so I'll need these because I think we're going to be sewing them together. And then I got my 48 clue A, 72, even though it says 144. On week 10 she said you only needed 72, so I got 72 of B and then 48 of C. And that is all that I am going to do right now. I'm going to go put my feet back up and go knit a little bit. But I wanted to show you I got that part done, and all my bobbins, you would have saw a picture of it. Hey friends, supper tonight is a 15-point supper, and I have 5 points of it is my 2% milk, and then the rest is the meal in front of me. So 5 points is the chips. Applesauce is unsweetened, what we canned last year, and that is 0. And then the cheese is 2 points. Excuse me. And then I have 96% lean beef, and that is 3 points. So supper tonight is 15 points.